Alright, welcome back to Living Off Grid. Here's my face. I decided to go on camera for this one today, kind of do a little show and tell for the audience. This one's an important subject. This is about water. Water is life, and when you're off grid, you take water very seriously because you're producing it yourself and you want good, clean water. So, what we want to discuss today is how we filter water for both drinking and regular use. And I want to show you a couple ways that we do that. Maybe you can learn from that. And so let's get into it. So to begin with, on our rain collection system, we have a pressure pump. That pressure pump delivers pressurized water just like you would have at home. And we filter that through one of these. This is one of the standard whole house filters. You can get these at Lowe's and Home Depot, other big box stores, maybe even Walmart. They do a very good job, if you put the right filters in them, of pre-cleaning your water. Clean enough that you can use it for regular uses. So the filter that we put in here, that I like to use, is a 5 micron pre-filter. Also available wherever you can buy these. This set, actually has a carbon wrap. That carbon wrap is good for removing any kind of residual tastes or odors that might be in your water. If you're like me and you have a lot of trees around you, you get leaf matter, and that leaf matter will stain your water with like a tea taste, even maybe discolor it a little bit. Well, that carbon will help take some of that out. These filters also come without the carbon element. They come in like a woven material. Looks like a big spooled up string, and they fit in the same filter here. These typically last me 4 to 6 months. Here, because we have the trees, the non-carbon ones will last a little bit longer, 6 to 8 months, because the carbon captures more material, finer material. Okay, so this is how we keep the dust and tree matter or anything that might make it into our water cistern out of our water supply, so we're not plugging up faucets, we're not creating residue in our lines or having issues down the road with our plumbing. Works really quite well. About $25 for the filter, $10 for a 2-pack. Works real good. Next thing we want to talk about is drinking water. I like clean, pure tasting water, and I drink a lot of water, so I really wanted to get a Berkey system, but I really couldn't see spending $300 to $500 on one. So I thought, what could I do to make something of my own? And online you can find all kinds of instructions on how to use 2 5-gallon buckets and a Berkey Style or carbon ceramic filter to make your own. So I took that a step further. Excuse me. I bought 2 stock pots and created this filter here. These are stainless steel stock pots that you can get at Walmart. They're 2 gallons a piece. They come with lids. And what I did, they fit snugly together, by the way. Alright, so what I did, on the top one, I simply drilled a hole in the very middle, and I put a ceramic dome filter in there. It has a threaded piece that sticks through with a wing nut here to secure it and a washer to create a waterproof seal. This works very good. I've been using this for, I'd say about 6 years now, and these filters last us about 6 months. Okay, very happy with this. So the reason for today's video is that I've got to change that dirty filter. It's starting to be July, and I change it in July and December every year just to keep it in my head. Okay, so we're going to do that today, but first I also want to talk about the little spout here. Like the filter, I get these on Amazon. The filter's about 20 bucks. I can get 4 or 5 of these for about $10. These work the same way as they filter. They've got a threaded portion that goes through to a wing nut and a washer to seal it off. You just drill appropriately sized holes for either one into the stainless steel. I will say stainless steel is very hard to drill. Um, the best drills that I found for this are the stepped bits that you can get like at Harbor Freight. They have a step on them, so you can drill multiple different sizes. They tend to drill through these really easy with stainless steel. Okay, so let's change this filter out. That's what we're here for, right? Okay, so it's changing a filter as simple as twisting off the wing nut. I got the washer on the bottom because when I drilled the hole, I drilled it from this side through, and on the inside it has some burrs. I tried to clean up the burrs a little bit, but you want the washer on the side that doesn't have the burrs so you get a better seal. Doesn't matter which side it is. So let's put this thing back together. I know it looks bad, but this thing is still producing clean water for us. And just as a measure of precaution, I change them every 6 months, which is what the manufacturer recommends as well. Set that aside and we'll grab a new one. This is the box it comes in. This is a new filter. See how nice and pretty and clean it is? It already comes pre-assembled. You just twist it up here. Take the washer off if you're going to put it on the nut side. Put this through the hole. Put the washer on to seal it, and then the wing nut, and start tightening it down. Do be careful. These threads are plastic. You don't want to over tighten, and you also don't want to over tighten because the ceramic can crack on you if you force it too much. My dad always said if you have to force it, it's not right. So there you go. Nice new clean filter. Also, about every 2 or 3 times you fill this up, clean it out. Just wash it out. And when you change filter, get underneath where that filter was. I do the same thing with this side as I clean it every few times, just to be sure. Now to install the faucet, it's the same thing. It's got a wing nut on the back. You just screw it off. Make sure the washer's on the side without the burr, and put it together. Another reason why I like this better than the 5-gallon bucket is you'll see here these little rivets for the handles. Well, this ledge, it creates a ledge for this bottom to sit on so it doesn't go all the way down. And it's only about an inch or so down, so you don't lose any capacity really. And because of the way these things are made, they're slightly tapered a little bit, so this one will nest into the other one very tightly. As you can see, I had a little trouble getting them apart. That makes sure that I'm not getting any debris or anything down into my water, my clean water, from whatever might be crawling or walking around on my counters at night. So, nice and snug fit. And of course, I always put the lid on. Cost for all this, $8 a piece for these, a couple dollars for the faucet, and about $20 for the filter. Amazon and Walmart. Now, these do come, when you buy a set, they typically give you a filter sock. This goes down over the ceramic filter. I'll demonstrate with the old one. It goes down over it, and you take a rubber band, and somewhere down near the bottom, you put that rubber band on. That's the way it's supposed to work. However, I find that these times they slip off so easy, they'll end up floating around. So since I have a pre-filter on my system, I just don't use it. It doesn't have any benefit for me. Maybe I could use a better rubber band or some kind of other way to secure it, but it's no big deal. And these are rewashable, by the way, so their purpose is to extend the life of this. If you have no pre-filter on your main water supply, this just helps keep out big debris from this. So imagine, if you will, you went to a dirty pond. Heaven forbid you have to do that, or a creek. This will get the bigger stuff. This takes out the finer stuff. And by the way, these are designed to do that, just like a Berkey. You can put some pretty nasty water through them and it'll come out fairly clean. Now, what I would recommend you do is you verify that for yourself. This is just my opinion. So again, use a filter sock if you don't have another filter ahead of it. Okay, so, what about taste? Just like on the pre-filters that we use, because we do have tree matter that gets into our water system and does create like a tea taste or a woodsy taste. These have a filter media. As you can see, it's probably pretty dark in here. Well, it's charcoal. It's got activated charcoal inside. You can get them without the charcoal, so if you're like someone that has a well and you like the taste of that mineral that's in your well water, you can get them without that. It still filters just fine. The charcoal is just for removing taste. Okay, so I just want to kind of show you what we're doing, how we do it. And if you're like me and you don't want to spend between $300 and $500 for a Berkey, and you don't like the looks of 5-gallon buckets sitting on your counter, there you go. Go to Walmart, get 2 of these, get you a filter and a faucet, voila, 50 bucks. Save yourself some money, and you still get clean water. All right, well, that's doing it for today. I just want to thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're going to cover many subjects. I'm going to cover our rainwater collection system soon. I'm also going to cover our solar system and maintenancing of our batteries and those systems. But it looks like it's getting dark out here tonight, so I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you next time.